Howdy, Tumbleweed here. Now, folks have asked what inspires me to write. As it turns out, inspire, well, it's a pretty powerful word. The dictionary defines inspiration as spurring on or impelling, or better still, exerting an animating, enlivening, or exalting influence on something. What are the animating or impelling forces that inspire Tumbleweed? Inspiration is something that wells up from my very heart and soul. It's manifest in my love of what I do, whether novels or poetry. I dare say I wouldn't be able to conjure up one of my op-eds without inspiration. I must add here that the forces of inspiration are what also keep me from experiencing that downright nasty thing that folks call writer's block. Now, inspiration is the driving force that motivates Tumbleweed. I'm inspired by a commitment to sustain our God given freedoms. History, especially American history, that in itself is an inspiration. Imagining the circumstances under which folks dealt with past events is amazingly inspirational. Oceans, mountains, vast prairies with endlessly huge skies, they inspire me. I'm inspired by folks who overcome obstacles, especially those that are dealt through no fault of their own. People who build great things, be they businesses, buildings, bridges, ministries, and more, boy, they're a great inspiration. I love to absorb all the things that inspire me and endeavor to weave them wherever I can into my writing. Obviously, I thoroughly love to write about America's western frontier and its freedoms. It's certainly soul-freeing and fosters that whole feeling of inspiration, being impelled by a greater power. For example, now my Tumbleweed Sagas trace the adventures of very exciting character, Texas Ranger Captain Luke Dunn, across the wide open and quite dangerous prairies of the Texas Nueces Strip of the late 1850s. He is more than a prototypical Western hero, though, and you might say that Luke Dunn is my inspiration as manifest in sort of an alter ego. As I write, I can visualize myself riding across that prairie on that big gray stallion of his. He delivers justice as a sort of knight errant, embodying a toughness and bravery that's nuanced with a certain masculine vulnerability. Virtuous, honorable, humble, strong, Luke Dunn, well, he epitomizes a sort of final bastion of manhood in an America that inspires me to try to capture. Thus, I'm inspired with my Tumbleweed Sagas to weave a fast-paced, character-driven story while mixing in a dose of just a little raw edginess and steadfastly maintaining the key principles of justice to produce what I'm just hoping that someday they might be considered epic. I'd like to think that my writing just might bring out the inspirations that lurk within my readers. What inspires you? Have you thought on that lately? Perhaps a Western novel can help you get wrapped around that. Now, I urge you to experience a slice of frontier freedom yourselves today by purchasing your copy of Nueces Deceit, my third Tumbleweed Saga. It's available online in print, audio, or ebook from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and directly from my publisher at defiancepress.com. Y'all also just might want to read or listen to Nueces Justice, Nueces Reprise, my first two Tumbleweed Sagas. And stay tuned for the biographical Nicholas Dunn, The Making of a Texas Legend, due out in December, plus my fourth Tumbleweed Saga, Nueces Blood, due out next February. As the weather cools, curl up in an easy chair and let your imagination come alive with my Tumbleweed Sagas. Get inspired. Thanks, and y'all do take care now.